Hello and welcome to Stellaris Episode 1. If you haven't already, I thoroughly recommend you watch Episode 0, the introductory episode, but if you're just here for the gameplay, then let us jump right into it. The first thing you do whenever you start a Stellaris Let's Play, or a Stellaris playthrough rather, is you start research. And I like to go with whatever boosts research speed, because that sort of snowballs, or it sort of snowballs over time. The more research bonuses you have at the beginning, the more your late game research is going to benefit from that over time. At least that's the idea. We have a construction ship, which we should probably use to start exploiting some resources. The main resources in our system here are energy credits and minerals. At the moment, minerals are the most important, but I'm going to go with this energy credit thing because it's got 3 in it. I like to go for the ones that are large first, because of course then you exploit them longer. Again, I'm not a massive min-maxer, but I will try to play well. Then we're going to send a survey ship out to actually survey. And when we get minerals up and running, when we get enough of them, we're going to create a second... Oh, sorry, actually no, we don't use minerals anymore. I'm back in, like, release... I feel like I'm playing in release right now. Oh my god. That trade routes button is kind of, like, obscured by those, or kind of, like, fucked up by those. Probably some conflicting mods, I'll sort that out whenever it becomes relevant. But we should create a science ship, which we use alloys for. Which we have up there. Those are being refined at the moment on our planet using this, the alloy foundry. And we also have Strike Force Centaur, Cerberus, our first fleet. We're not going to outfit them with a general just yet because they cost energy credits. I'm going to save that for scientists.
Construction complete.
Ooh, nice. Also, I don't like the advisor voice. Hold on. Let's swap it over to...
The weak govern.
Hyperdrive
This channel is now under military control. Oh.
Soldier waifu, there we go. Let's see. Discovery of alien life.
Construction complete.
The SCS Arbiter has made a startling find on Sirius 3. Sirius, of course, is a real star that exists in the real world. That's because our stellar neighborhood is actually comprised of real stars that exist near the solar system in real life because of the real space mod. The SCS Arbiter has made a startling find on Sirius 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Earth. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Sirius 3 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter things that are. There's an interesting dilemma here. I believe it's called, I forget what it's called. There's a, it's not I've actually forgotten the name of that paradox as well. The thing where, you know, if life is plentiful, then why haven't we found it or whatever? Planetary Animalia. But there's a different dilemma. So this is actually going to be colonized by us, probably. Subterranean ecosystems deep under the surface of the planetary body are miles of crisscrossing caverns with a near-perfectly sealed environment. Who knows what else lives down there? And it's got 2 suns. So this is Guilli Planet Modifiers, which is an awesome mod. Means we can probably find something down there if we start digging. And, yeah, so... There's this dilemma, or this concept in, I believe, scientific thinking, but also I've mostly heard of it in science fiction, whereby discovering alien life is terrifying because it means that, if the paradox, which name I forget at the moment, is true, then. The discovery of alien life means that the Great Filter, as it's called, the idea that something is keeping life from evolving to a certain point where it can contact us, that Great Filter lies ahead of us if we find life that is equally intelligent to ours, such as now, for example. Encounter in 61 Cygni. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in 61 Cygni. We call them the Alpha Aliens, so the first alien species we've encountered. They are some sort of alien squid. Like a star squid. The system does not look very hospitable. It's a very, very bright, barren world. Yeah, this is just way too hot, the system. Bunch of red dwarfs, right? Class K. Yeah, orange dwarfs, never mind. Bunch of orange dwarfs, one orbiting around the other, and a bunch of very molten planets. Might be able to find some cool artifacts or something there. I don't know. And
Anomaly found.
Anomaly. We will leave that be for now because it's way too challenging. What was the text? A large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit around this planet, so it's the remnant of a ship battle. Which, of course, would mean that we have alien warfare going on in this world. During the survey of Sirius VA, the SCS Arbiter discovered several exotic gases, so that is a strategic resource. Those are used to build certain modules for stations and ships. Sirius is actually kind of cool. Like a tiny Class D star and a Class A star that are both orbiting around the same barycenter. Probably means that this is incredibly dense. Yep, results in a very high density. Because they're orbiting around the same barycenter, the same, like, gravitational center. Which means they're roughly the same, or they exert the same gravitational pull, I think. Mass extinction. Our first stumbling steps into the void beyond Earth were not motivated solely by curiosity or a desire to conquer the unknown or a need to leave our mark on the galaxy. The biosphere of Earth has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that Earth may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event. That cyclical purging of life that is inseparable for planetary existence in the greater cosmos. A research plan has been put together to study a number of planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents or planet-bound catastrophes. We hope that by reconstructing these events, a similar fate may be avoided on Earth and the human race. It falls to you as chairwoman of the Soul Compact to ensure that this expedition is carried out. Oh yeah, I forgot. Chairwoman Tatiana Kobayashi, she is so home in the sky, she wants star bases, we can't build those yet. And she is a reformer, so monthly unity, so dedicated towards building the society of tomorrow. Interesting, so we should probably, if we're role-playing her, we should probably think about changing our government. We won't add any of these guys, because we don't have any more civic picks. But we can do edicts, and we can do law changes. Map the stars, survey speed, anomaly discovery chance, we should probably do that. She's dedicated to building the society of the future, and the society of the future needs knowledge of the stars. Knowledge of our surroundings. Situation log, mass extinction. Yep, so we have to find some planets. I've actually never seen this before, I don't think. Let's investigate the aliens, the alpha aliens. It's going to eat up a lot of our society research. So this research is grouped into 3 different categories. I'm going to build mineral stations so we can start building more structures on Earth. Habitable world survey. So this is a standard survey that I don't really like doing because it just takes a long time. I'm just gonna go, we have more important matters to focus on, get some free influence. It's not a lot. I think doing the event is probably more worth it, but I'm not interested in the bog standard stories that the game wants to tell us. I'm interested in the weird and random stuff that we can get from the events and the mods. So let's see, what should we build here? We should probably build something that will accelerate us into the future, so I'm gonna probably do research labs, but it's gonna take a lot of energy. And for traditions, I'm going to take the discovery tradition because it boosts anomaly research speed, so it's going to boost our discovery and our surveying of the stars. These are the planets we need to check out for the purposes of learning how to avoid the next mass extinction. We should also start thinking about colonizing different stars, because colonizing another star system severely increases our, decreases our risk of extinction. Our species cannot go extinct as easily if we have 2 different stars, because then if one star goes supernova or something bad happens to the system or the planet, we are still safe on the other star system. Libby, too challenging. I also do have a mod that allows me to do automatic exploration immediately, so I'm just going to do that. So that we don't have to babysit them. And it gives me more time to just talk. Let's build a starbase outpost. You need to do that before you can colonize that system. It's going to take a lot of energy credits to maintain. But we're going to gain more as we expand. I want to take Signy as well, because it has a lot of resources, like this one. Holy shit, 6 minerals in 1 planet. Pretty good. Must be, hold on. Chthonian planet. Planet was once a gas giant, but this proximity to its star has burned away the thick atmosphere. All that remains now is a super dense and mineral-rich metallic core. That's it then. And the planetary crust. Relative low surface pressure has allowed the world to develop a fairly thin planetary crust over billions of years. Interesting. That's kind of shit that I love in Guilli Planet Modifiers. Also, once again, once again I say, but I've said this in past series, but not in this series. Apologies if I'm swearing a lot. I stem from the cold north of northern Norway, and we have a reputation for swearing like sailors. Because a lot of us are. So again, apologies if that is not your particular bag of dicks. I will try to limit myself whenever I can. Alright, so we have an employment that's going to be fixed by the research lab that's coming up. We also have another building slot, which we can build.
Construction complete.
Yeah, there you go, unemployment done.
Recon pass completed.
We're going to get more unemployment though, so clerk jobs, that solves a lot of problems with jobs, the commercial zone, but it has 2 upkeep, and it creates trade value, but we don't necessarily need trade value yet because we're not trading yet. Let's build mining stations. Where are you going? No, that's inefficient. This is why automatic exploration can be silly sometimes. Swirling shadows. Immense ragged planes of shadow drift across Alpha Centauri 1A's face. They are not cast by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged, or rather jointed, to allow for a small degree of articulation. Very cool. So this is Alpha Centauri, of course a real solar system, a trinary star system with 3 stars, 2 of them orbiting around 1, I believe, or do they orbit around the same barycenter? Doesn't look like it from the graphical representation of the game, but yeah, I don't know. Of course, this solar system is home to, or the setting for one of my favorite sci-fi books, or at least a large part of it, called The 3-Body Problem. The 3-Body Problem, of course, is these 3 bodies. It's a, well, in that book at least. The 3-Body Problem is, I believe, like a mathematical concept or like thing whereby these 3 objects cannot be stable because they always will interact with each other in some sort of strange way that, I don't know. I don't really fully understand it. I'm bad at maths and all that. And theoretical physics, more so. Tianki, the spaceborne lifeforms which the human head of society research has come to refer to as Tianki, are docile creatures capable of accessing some lower dimensions of subspace. They roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack. Even when provoked, they can be safely ignored. Or they can safely be ignored. Huh. Cool. That's what we get for not actually just killing aliens when we see them. You do get something else for killing them, though. Let's look at our policies, which obviously are many. War philosophy, good. Unrestricted wars, orbital bombardment, indiscriminate resettlement, prohibited. So we should probably change this in the future, but right now we can't forcibly resettle our people. First contact protocol, aggressive, so we will automatically fire on them. Apparently we didn't, though. Initial border status, open. I should probably set this to be closed, because people are going to close their borders to us, but if we have open borders, we do start with a, like on a better, like with 1 foot forward in diplomacy, I suppose. Food policy, dietary balance, sure. Economic policy, mixed economy. Militarized is always cool. But yeah, mixed economy for now. We might change that during wartime. Trade policy, wealth creation, of course. Capitalism, aka. Each collected trade value earns us 1 energy credit, or consumer benefit. Trade value earns us half an energy credit and 1/4 of a consumer good. or Marketplace of Ideas, which gives us... Quite interesting. Well,
Anomaly found.
let's do... Survey increased, survey speed increased, and sunship disengage chance increased in case we meet something spooky. And let's research that one. So that's the Tianki, yep. Tianki Space Whale. That's really cool. So that's the, yeah, the squid-like things. They're space whales, apparently. Scientists have leveled up.
Found.
Cool. Leave beat. Too dangerous. Oh, dude, we gotta take Alpha Centauri. Look at all this research. And the minerals. And what is that? Trade value.
Reconnaissance completed.
What gives us trade value in Alpha Centauri? Oh, it's titanium rich. Wait, can provide habitat bonus, okay. But that doesn't explain why there's trade value, though. Strange. We'll have to set up some trade routes. This here seems like a good trade route, like down this way. Geothermal. The measured pounding observed from orbit is the motion of immense and ancient geothermal extractors breathing their last. Built and then abandoned at some point in the distant past, the vast batteries of disintegrating machinery have been pumping up superheated fluids from the planet's core ever since. The storage capacitors are all broken or leaking, but some energy can still be siphoned from them. Oh, dude, awesome. So Aegir B gives us... oh, that's cool. Rings, so rich resources in the ring mining site there. More trade value. That's cool, so let's have a look. Low gravity, poor quality minerals, but lithium rich. I'm not going to build the research station yet, I'm going to keep expanding. And we're going to build a colony ship. We can probably deal with an energy credits deficit for a while because of this this huge store we have now because of the event.
Recon pass completed.
Let's do an Autochthon monument. Monument to the first pioneers to venture into space. It's going to give us some, yeah, some unity, some society research, and is going to be good for a couple of new jobs. Let us also build, now that we have more minerals and alloys and stuff coming in, let's just build another construction ship. I want to keep expanding the survey outwards so that we know where to build outposts and build complete. Like choke points potentially. Set up good borders.
Anomaly found.
So let's see where. Okay, that one is definitely going to get exploited. Encountering Sigma Draconis, the beta aliens.
Complete.
Interesting, so who are the beta aliens? They are another alien species who are surveying the same planets as us. We need to learn more about them. Oh, and we found mysterious ruins, but first, research.
Anomaly found.
Oh my god, that is so loud. The mysterious ruins on Sigma Draconis 3 contains the remains of an ancient abandoned colony. From orbit, there are no obvious signs of disaster which would kill the inhabitants or compel them to flee. If we want answers, an expedition to the surface will be required. Curious. So that's an archaeological site. We'll need to conquer that so we can try to investigate that.
Construction complete.
And by conquer that, I mean we need to build a starbase outpost.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Cool. Basic combat roles, or fusion reactor, or energy grid. We have a deficit, but as I said earlier, we can probably deal with it for a little bit. But there's nothing really else that we might need. The fusion reactor will only be needed once we have actual components that take extra power. So let's see, Sirius 3, Districts 15, and Alpha Centauri, Districts 9. And as far as max agriculture, so this might be a farming world. Basic research, and oh my god, this is actually a really good world. And this one is physics research, and just a lot of city space. So this one is good for just a bunch of people, maybe a good spot on a trade route. And this one is good for exploiting for food and physics and stuff. I'll probably do energy credits and physics research on this world. I'm going to colonize Alpha Centauri first. Yeah, you can see tempestuous mountains, Orbain cliffs, and stuff like that. SCS Cedar, Alpha Centauri Prime, we'll call this... let's see, do we name this something? Let's call it Delphi, why not? So, like the Oracle at Delphi and whatnot.
Construction complete.
Fits well with a research world. I'm going to want, or need, some suggestions for the names of worlds, and like colonies and ship names and fleet names and so on and so forth, because there's a lot of stuff to name in Stellaris. The science ship SCS Zephyr has made a remarkable discovery. Sensors are detecting that the core of this world is incredibly hot. Scientist Lucia de Siglio also notes that the surface temperatures are higher than what one would expect from such a world as a result of this. Further study would be required to better understand the geological interactions of planetary tectonics with its core. So we can do more thorough investigations. Terraforming speed bonus, seismic observation expedition, or... Oh, okay, so we get a terraforming speed bonus anyways, but this one gives us another... Okay, I'm gonna do this even though it takes out... It takes away a bunch of influence, which we're gonna use to build
System reconnaissance completed.
On Sigma Draconis. But I want to do that project to see what we can learn. Scientist level cap increased by 2, and research alternatives increased by 1.
Project complete.
Or research station output increased by 10%. Let's do this one first, because we don't have that many research stations at the moment. In fact, I don't think we have any.
Science division report success.
Cool, cool, cool. Corvette hull points, that's good. Corvette build speed, that's going to be good when we start... Oh, Larango Covenant. Hello, theocratic dictatorship evangelizing zealots. Well met, I represent the Larango Covenant, led by the illustrious matriarch Piglosh. We rule a region of space under a divine mandate, and so long as you do not interfere in our spiritual affairs, our relations may remain cordial. Tatiana Kobayashi speaks on behalf of the human people. The news that we have encountered intelligent life, alien life for the first time, has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that what we had long suspected, we are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular Xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieved spaceflight at roughly the same time. Of course, meaning the Great Filter logically would be in front of us. Planet build speed, that's really good. Minerals from jobs and army damage, that's also really good, and it's very cheap. 2,000, I'm gonna go with that one. Strategic resource information, we have learned that a new strategic resource encountered in AGM-2 in the territories of the Larango Covenant. That is volatile motes, okay. We've been expelled because they have closed their borders to us. I suppose we'll close ours back. They have built a bit more than us. We need to build this outpost here. We got influence from that project from meeting them. No, fuck! Oh goddamn, we lost that amazing system. Well, I guess we're sending this construction ship down to Epsilon Eridiani. That also means that we just lost that influence straight up. Oh, that's annoying. I should have checked that if they were building before I did anything. Let's see.
Our pioneers have made planetfall.
Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Delphi. The temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into an administrative headquarters for the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. First human city on an alien world. Very, very cool. Well, let's see, we need to catch up with these guys. So yeah, I'm gonna build a mining station there because it's gonna pay for itself. It's gonna give us energy credits. And let's have a look at ship designs. Actually, first, okay, we're doing that already. Hold on. I haven't played Stellaris in quite a while, so it hasn't been moved to Fleet Manager, has it? No, ship designer. There we go. F9. Distinction, defense platform. Defense platforms are no longer useless, which is kind of cool. Fortune, which is an auto-generated corvette. Reactor booster will give us more power. Don't know if we need it. No, we won't need it. It's just going to be wasted resources. So we've got a radar system or corvette scouting sensor. This special sensor package will allow a corvette-class ship to scout systems for threats before sending any valuable science teams. Oh, cool. That's probably from new ship classes. So basic combat computer, line tactics, picket tactics, and swarm tactics. This is a corvette, so it's going to be swarming. And behavior, escort, charge behavior, try to close the distance with the enemy fleet as directly as possible and engage in point-blank range. That's probably what we'll want them to do. And kitchen sink, piracy suppression, okay. Daily shield region, crew lounge, or evasion. So this is a corvette, so we would want evasion, but we can't because it's too expensive to slap onto a corvette. Now, how do I get rid of the auto thing? There we go. Save. Fortune. This is the new Fortune ship class. And let us... Natural wormhole. Cool. The Eta Cassiopeia system. May provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. That's really cool. So we have a nearby wormhole so that we can potentially expand elsewhere without having to, you know, expand along Euclidean space, I suppose. Research station output or leader experience gain. I'm gonna go research station output. So, society. Terraforming gases, that's cool. Not gonna do that though, because we're not gonna be starting any terraforming projects this early on, I don't think. Pop growth speed is really good though. That's gonna, again, like snowball and accelerate. These guys are still superior. They're superiors in fleet power and economic power, so we're going to need to increase our fleet power. That's probably because they have a general, or an admiral, rather. Cautious, ship weapons range, leader experience gain, or leader cost and upkeep. Leaders have high upkeep. But the problem is the leader cap, I think, not... Well, actually, no, they buffed the leader cap in a recent patch. I'm gonna go with the weapons range, because that's gonna be big early on. And we'll want to build more ships.
Construction complete.
Alien mural on 40 Eridianis CI. Discovered that appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing.
New sit rep.
So now we have a... We can translate it. We need a scientist in orbit, which we have. So I'll queue that up. We have plenty of minerals. We need some of that energy credits.
Construction complete.
Oh, that's a abandoned cargo pod. Cool, energy credits. That's a spicy load there. We need to take that. And we have a 3 society here. I'm gonna build on it. It's 3 science. Pretty good for 1 mining station. Same here. Let's upgrade the rest of the ships. Very cheap. Okay, I want to move on to 40 Eridiani. Though actually, we should not be exploring all the way down the same route, because we want to explore the stuff that's close to us so we can build there. It's one of the things that can be annoying with auto-explore. See, we can probably afford another science ship. That being said, we are past the 30-minute mark, which marks the end of the episode usually when I play Paradox games. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, I do play multiple Paradox games, which you can check out. Probably, like, some links will probably be appearing on the screen right now. You'll also find me on social media by looking in the description down below. You'll find the mod list there as well. So check me out on Twitter, check me out on Twitch, where I live stream games, variety games, not always Paradox games. And check out the Discord, community Discord, but full of a bunch of friendly people, which I thoroughly recommend you check out. We play board games and other games socially, and we're planning on playing stuff like Secret Hitler and stuff like that whenever I have time, which I don't often have, but I'll try to make time in the near future. Other than that, before I go, I want to say special thanks to the patrons who support me financially. If you would like to, you can also check out the Patreon link in the description down below, or just go to patreon.com/Fredda. Once again, immensely thankful. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.